With the NFL draft in the books, the grades are coming out fast and furious. And of course, we as Vikings fans, we always have to build the world against us. All the national media jabroni haircuts hate us. So we kind of ignore when they show us some love, a.k.a. Pete Prisco, CBS Sports, calling the Vikings the best draft in the league. But NFL.com, the league's own media outlet, so they graded the Vikings NFL draft third best. Treso in the division. So this is from Gennaro Felice. There you go. Hey, GFY. So NFL North draft grades. Bears flipped the script with Justin Fields. Lions for Giant Daddy. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Of course. So this is so weird. And this may just be me. This may be cognitive dissonance. But I actually feel like the Justin Fields draft hype is above Trevor Lawrence, is above Zach Wilson, is above Trey Lance. Because I don't know what it is. I like Justin Fields. I think the Bears got a good quarterback, except they're going to screw him up because they're Bears. And I sort of feel bad for the kid because there is so much hype about the pick. It's like, okay, he fell out of the top 10. Cool. The Bears traded up. Future first to go get him. Great. And the offensive line is still bad. Allen Robinson is still a curmudgeon. Sure, they have Mooney. Sure, they have David Montgomery. Except Matt Nagy, fake-ass Brett Childress is probably going to be out of there. Ryan Pace, the GM who drafted him, is probably going to be out of there. So in a year, he's probably going to have a new GM and a new head coach who did not draft him. Right, so I think it's a horrible situation for Justin Fields. I feel bad for him because I think he's got talent. I think he's got potential, but Chicago's going to waste him. But this, we've talked about this before. This is the Matthew Stafford syndrome, where I always liked and respected Matthew Stafford as quarterback of the Lions. I thought he was a tough guy. I didn't think he was a winner. But after he got traded to the Rams, all the national media jabroni haircuts were like, oh, Matthew Stafford, Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford, the missing ingredient for the Super Bowl. No. And so it's the massive over coverage and over pendulum swinging of the coverage of a player that makes me dislike them. So the media is making me dislike Justin Fields, and that kind of sucks. But it be what it be. He's a Bear, so he's dead to me now. But he's obviously the best pick. He's obviously why he wasn't a top 10 pick or the fourth quarterback taken. Sure. And now they talk about most surprising pick. Oh, most surprising pick. Kellen Mond, of course, at 66, the second pick of the third round. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Then they go into, Kirk Cousins or quarterback. Kellen Mond was too much value at that stage of the draft. He was, man. Right. So the Vikings had 11 friggin' draft picks, and you have Kellen Mond, who was seen as potentially a top 5 quarterback. Chris Sims had him in the top 4, even ahead of Justin Fields and Trey Lance. And yeah, you have your quarterback of the future. You have all these draft picks. He was great value at the top of the third round. Of course you're going to take him. Surprising pick. Why is that surprising? I guess because it goes against Spielman's tendencies of not drafting non-first round quarterbacks except for Nate Stanley. I guess, but okay. No love for that. Oh, it's such a surprise that they go with Kellen Mond at this stage. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. Then, biggest sleeper. So Kenny Nwangu, the running back of Iowa State, where he's got size, he's 6'1", he's 210, he runs a 4.2, 4.3 40, and he just never really got opportunity because he was hurt and he was behind David Montgomery and Breece Hall, blah, 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 blah. So I think, yeah, he certainly could come in, probably is going to win the kick return job. Him and Smith Marset are going to go at it. And since they want to be a run-first team, and Dalvin Cook's health is always up in the air, same thing with Alexander Madison, I guess I understand why he is a sleeper. But biggest sleeper of the entire draft? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Jalen Twyman's just a touch bit more of a sleeper. Maybe Janarius Robinson as well. Sure, but Nwangu? I guess I can't fault it. Even though fourth round, beginning of the fourth round, that's not really that low of a pick. That's like at the median. It's like dead center of the draft, but that's whatever. And then they get into team grades. So Bears, of course, are A because Justin Fields, and also they trade up for Tevin Jenkins, which sucks because I love me some Tevin Jenkins. I think that he will help fix that Bears offensive line, except there's too many holes, man. Like, they got Whitehair, who's okay, Daniels, who's fine if he can stay healthy. They just got rid of Leno, and then they got Tevin Jenkins. That's really it. Who else they got? Alex Bars. So even if Justin Fields gets out there, the biggest weakness for Justin Fields is if he has pressure applied to him. Like, he needs a great offensive line in front of him. He's not going to have that with the Bears. He's not. And, fifth round, Larry Bourne. So they give the Bears all this love where they traded up everything for Justin Fields, they traded up everything for Tevin Jenkins, and then they didn't pick again until round 5. Oh, that's an A. And you know the stupid ass team is probably still going to start Andy Dalton at least at the beginning. You know that's going to happen. That's amazing. And then they got Khalil Herbert, who he pumped up his stats because he was running behind Christian Darrisaw. Faced Daz Newsome in the 6 is a great pick. Thomas Graham, sure. Kyrus Tonga, who's a nose tackle I really like from BYU, would have certainly been fine picking him up as the UDFA as opposed to Jordan Scott, but nah. So yeah, I get it. So the Bears getting their quarterback of the future. They're using draft picks that they're probably not going to be around to spend anyway because they're all getting fired. Okay, sure. Do you think, okay, Bears, fine. It syncs up with all the hype. Maybe they're trying to rebuild the fan base in the second city. Maybe the NFL is worried about losing Chicago, which is possible, I guess. And then the Lions have an A-, where I like and respect the Lions draft because they didn't panic. They let the board fall to them, and they just went BPA up at the top. So Penei Sewell, no matter what, will he play left tackle? Will he play right tackle? Probably right tackle because you got Taylor Decker. You just paid him a boatload of money. They just extended Frank Ragnow, the prior Chanhassen, long term. So they do have some pieces up front, but Jared Goff will still screw this up because he's still Jared friggin' Goff. You still don't have any wide receivers. Like, what'd you do to replace Marvin Jones? What'd you do to replace Babytron? What'd you do to replace Amendola? You did nothing. Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th. Cool. With Quintez Cephas. That's your big answer? Okay. But I do like what they did on that defensive line. So Onwuzurike is going to be a force. He's going to be an absolute headache for the next couple of years. The real deal with Lee McNeil, I think that he is really underrated. I think that he may even have as good a career as a guy like Christian Barmore, who was the top end of the second round pick. So I get it. I feel Melifanu, it was a highly regarded guy. Some people even mocked him at the back end of the first round. So I understand what they did defensively. They're having a bit of a makeover. They went BPA at the top of the draft. But A-? Really? Did you see what the Vikings did? Did you see what happened up here? Why did the Lions get an A-? Unless, again, they're just trying to fluff up new regimes. Or they're trying to fluff up cities where the fan base may be turning against the team, or they're trying to fluff up new regimes. I get it, Brad Holmes. I get it, kneecap biting Campbell. Okay, sure. But then the Vikings. I'm surprised that they didn't grade the Vikings below the Packers, where it's still a pretty tight grouping. A-, B+, B-, huh? But sure, but how can you look at this? How can you look at finessing the board, going from 14 to 23, getting Christian freaking Darrisaw, the guy that you would have taken at 14 anyway? For mine, one was the second tackle on board. Sorry, Rashawn Slater. And then you get your future franchise quarterback, one of the picks, and then you get a future starting guard with the other pick. Huh? How's that not an A++? That's a B+. And they even got your biggest sleeper pick in Nwangu in the 4th round. Okay? Sure. And Chaz Surratt's great value. Patrick Jones the second is great value. Same thing with Janaris Robinson. Cameron Bynum might be the steal of day 2. Okay. All of that talk. Smith Marset might be Stephon Diggs 2.0. We don't know. Zach Davidson, if he can't be a tight end, he can punt. If he can't punt, he can be a long snapper. Sure. And then Twyman at the Tom Brady pick. Like we said, this 199 will no longer be the Tom Brady pick. It will be the Jalen Twyman pick. Huh? But all of that is a B+. All of that is worse. Significantly worse than what the Lions did. All that is significantly worse than what the Bears did. They made moves out of pure desperation. And guess what? It might not work out. I'm actually betting it won't work out. I bet you Tevin Jenkins will be a free agent within 4 years and Justin Fields will be traded before his rookie deal is out. That's what I'm guessing. And again, it sucks because I like Justin Fields, but it's the Bears. It's the Bears. It's like the end. That's Chinatown, man. Right. And then lastly, of course, the Packers. Man, I don't know. So first round, with all the Aaron Rodgers drama going down, it was like, I have a problem with Gutekunst. He won't surround me with weapons, blah, blah, blah. And then they take a cornerback. So Eric Stokes, he wasn't really seen as a first-round pick until his pro day when he ran that fast 40. But it's good that he runs a fast 40 because he's going to need that straight line speed chasing down Justin Jefferson as he scores on 70-yard touchdowns. Woo! Then you got Josh Myers coming in to replace the interior offensive line at center, sure. Where I like Myers. I'm not in love with him, man. I'm not. I'm just sort of whatever. Amari Rodgers is fine. T. Martin's kid. Could be a running back. Could be a wide receiver, sure. And then the rest of it, I'm just whatever. I mean, Tadaro Slayton I liked, but not in the 5th round. Would have preferred him in the 6th round. Kylan Hill, the Vikings did a lot of homework on, but of course, after Nwangu, you weren't going to take another running back. So this is whatever. I mean, this is whatever. And that's a B minus. Like, this is slightly a step below what the Vikings did. Okay. I get it. You need to pander to the national fan base of the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packer fans, as nationwide they're checking things out on their 14-4 connection. I get it. I understand it, but it's okay. It's okay. Hey, we're just adding to the list. We're just adding to the list of disrespect. It's okay. We expect it. And in fact, sometimes we go out of our way. Maybe we strawman it sometimes. Maybe we enjoy being hated on. But that's our motif. That's our perspective. It's okay. Keep sleeping. Keep sleeping on the sleeper team. The entire team is a sleeper. Kirk Cousins is a sleeper MVP. Daniil, the real deal Hunter, will be Defensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. And they're going to hoist that Jerome Barty in Inglewood up to no good come February. Believe it. NFL.com grades. Third best. Third best, please. Be your thoughts. NFL.com. Vikings Draft. Third best in the division. There's only 4 teams in the division. It's not good. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work. Post some in the Venmo. Until next time. Skol. Production value.